Once a global economic powerhouse, Japan has now surrendered its second-place status to China and faces the looming threat of being eclipsed by Germany as the world's third-largest economy. Renowned for its cutting-edge technology and hailed as an economic giant after the post-war miracle, Japan's current economic tapestry reveals a starkly different reality. Can Japan revive its economic growth, or is this another false hope? Join us as we explore Japan's weird economic decline getting out of hand. Japan's economic story is an impressive tale of growth, especially after the 1800s Meiji Restoration. Changing into the first major power outside the West, Japan steadily grew until its defeat in World War II. The roots of Japan's economic progress go back to the establishment of Edo in 1603, while the 1868 Meiji Restoration marked the start of industrialization. After World War II, Japan faced economic challenges during the American occupation and later conservative governance, resulting in a controlled economy. Post-1940s economic growth saw a huge increase in industrial production and the development of a big domestic market, along with a strong export trade policy. Japan became a diverse manufacturing and service economy, ranking among the world's largest producers of motor vehicles, steel, and high-tech goods, especially consumer electronics. The service sector now dominates the economy in terms of both total production and jobs. But that wasn't how it all began. At the end of World War II in 1945, Japan's economy was in ruins, leading to intense efforts for reconstruction and stability. Under Allied occupation forces, changes were made to land and labor, and American banker Joseph Dodge created a plan for a self-sustaining economy. The Korean War in 1950 also created a big demand for Japanese goods, leading to an investment surge that laid the foundation for a long period of strong economic activity. By the early 1970s, Japan's fast economic growth began to slow due to higher petroleum prices, increased labor costs, a stronger yen, and lower global demand. Pressure from trading partners, especially the United States, grew for Japan to allow the yen to appreciate more and open up imports. In the mid-1980s, Japan's standard of living caught up with other developed countries, and in 1985, Japan agreed to let the yen appreciate against the US dollar, doubling its value within 2 years. This change was fueled by factors like a commitment to innovation, a skilled workforce, and effective government economic guidance. Attempts to limit exports led Japanese companies to move production overseas. At the same time, a speculative bubble in stock shares and real estate emerged in the late 1980s, bursting at the start of the 1990s, causing a severe economic downturn. The Nikkei 225 average dropped to half its value within a year, and urban housing prices fell. Despite past challenges, Japan rebounded in the 1930s, becoming the world's second-largest economy after the United States until 2010. From 2010 to 2022, China surpassed Japan, and from 2023, Germany claimed a higher economic rank. Japan seems stuck in the technological landscape of the year 2000, a situation that has been going on since the 1970s. During its economic boom, Japan was decades ahead of its time, producing advanced gadgets and building high-quality infrastructure, outperforming its advanced rivals. However, the current situation is different as Japan struggles to adopt new technologies, lagging significantly behind its American counterparts. Notably, the combined value of Microsoft and Apple now exceeds the total market value of all publicly traded Japanese companies. Even in sectors where Japan once dominated, like mobile phones, the nation has experienced a decline in global influence. Despite these challenges, the burst of this economic bubble led Japan into a long period of economic stagnation known as the Lost Decades. Currently, the country ranks as the world's third-largest economy by GDP, experiencing rapid growth after World War II. Japan's economic scenario has undergone a significant transformation, marked by a shift from its once dynamic landscape to one riddled with challenges, precipitating serious economic woes. Concerns about the sustainability of Japan's economic model and its future growth prospects have surfaced, driven by factors such as diminishing birth rates, an aging population, and an imbalance resulting from an excessive emphasis on exports at the expense of domestic consumption. The workforce, once a strength, has aged, compounded by a low birth rate that failed to replenish the labor force. The government's role, also once beneficial, transformed into a detriment, with the robust guidance that initially steered Japan's industries, stifling innovation and competition. Their challenges include a focus on large corporations overlooking the vital contribution of small and medium enterprises, the bursting of real estate and stock market bubbles leading to a banking crisis, and efforts to revive the economy proving ineffective, resulting in prolonged stagnation and deflation into the 21st century. The pressing concern of a declining population further exacerbates Japan's economic challenges, with low fertility rates and high life expectancy. A shrinking workforce leads to reduced production, consumption, and economic growth. The aging society adds a layer of complexity, increasing the demand for healthcare and social services, straining public finances, and contributing less to the tax revenue necessary to fund these services. Stagnant productivity acts as another impediment to Japan's economic vitality, despite technological advancements. The challenges not only affect Japan's domestic economy, but also have broader implications for its international influence, as the economy falters and Japan's ability to shape global economic trends diminishes. Comparisons with another major economy facing similar issues, such as China, reveal parallels, but emphasize the uniqueness of each country's socioeconomic fabric and government policies. Japan's experiences serve as a cautionary tale for other economies globally, urging them to draw lessons and formulate strategies accordingly. As of 2023, Japan's actual GDP has finally surpassed its pre-pandemic peak, achieving notable growth in the second quarter, primarily attributed to the external sector. However, Japan's nominal GDP declined slightly, leading to its overtaking Germany as the world's third largest economy. The domestic demand scenario remains lackluster, with elevated inflation affecting real household spending. Projections indicate modest real GDP growth driven by domestic demand, supported by government initiatives to cope with energy price shocks and heightened defense spending, stimulating consumption and investment. Challenges in 2023 include a substantial level of debt, high inflation exceeding the Bank of Japan's target, and demographic challenges with one of the world's oldest populations. Japan's heavy reliance on exports makes it susceptible to the repercussions of a slowdown in global economic growth or trade disruptions. Japan's economic challenges wield a profound influence on its international relations and trade partnerships, given its historical significance as a major global trade player. The consequences of its economic struggles are far-reaching and manifest in various aspects. The deceleration in Japan's economic growth instigates heightened competition, potentially sparking trade tensions, especially with major economies like China and the United States. The pursuit of safeguarding its industries and market share might lead to the emergence of trade disputes, introducing an element of complexity to Japan's trade relations. In response to economic challenges, Japan may find itself compelled to reassess its international alliances and partnerships. This could involve not only seeking new collaborations but also strengthening existing ties to navigate and mitigate economic risks. A potential scenario involves Japan deepening economic cooperation with nations that share similar challenges, reinforcing collaborative strategies for mutual benefit. This interconnected relationship between Japan's economic challenges and the intricate tapestry of international relations and trade partnerships underscores the need for strategic diplomatic maneuvers and adaptable trade policies in navigating the complexities of the global economic landscape. With all these obvious facts, what lies ahead for Japan's economy? Exploring prospects reveals that addressing the country's economic challenges is an intricate task. One potential solution involves immigration reform, as Japan's aging population and low birth rates have contributed to its economic decline. Introducing immigrants could potentially rejuvenate the workforce, stimulate economic growth, and counteract the impacts of an aging society. However, this solution demands meticulous planning and execution, considering the social and cultural implications of such a change. Another avenue for economic improvement is enhancing female workforce participation. Despite boasting one of the highest levels of education for women globally, Japan exhibits comparatively low female employment rates. Fostering an environment that encourages and supports women in the workforce could significantly strengthen the country's economy. This entails implementing policies promoting work-life balance, increasing childcare services, and advocating for gender equality in the workplace. Structural reforms stand out as another key to unlocking Japan's economic potential. Overhauling the corporate culture, often criticized for rigidity and seniority overemphasis, could stimulate innovation and increase productivity by establishing a more flexible and merit-based system. Additionally, investing in economic innovation is crucial, whether through technological advancements, renewable energy, or creative industries. Cultivating a culture of innovation could boost Japan's economy and position it as a global leader in these fields. In the context of long-term productivity, the materialization of pent-up consumer demand in 2023 was a key driver of Japan's economic recovery. As pandemic-related restrictions are fully lifted, consumers are anticipated to increase spending, contributing to modest economic growth in the near term. The Bank of Japan's highly accommodative monetary policy is expected to continue supporting economic growth despite inflationary pressures. Wages in Japan were projected to accelerate in 2023, potentially boosting consumer spending and facilitating economic growth. Japan's leadership in technology and innovation provides further opportunities for economic growth, creating new industries and jobs. Changes in government policy, such as addressing demographic challenges or stimulating domestic demand, could also present opportunities for economic growth. While these opportunities offer a potential path for the nation to revive its economic growth, realizing them necessitates careful management and policy responses. Considering countries that faced similar economic challenges, the experiences of the United States during the Great Recession of 2008 to 2009 and the European Union during the Eurozone crisis and Brexit offer valuable lessons. Both successfully navigated economic challenges through a combination of fiscal stimulus, monetary easing, structural reforms, and investment in innovation. Developing countries facing economic challenges also achieved robust growth through sound macroeconomic management, investment in human capital, and structural reforms. Expert opinions on Japan's economy in 2023 vary. According to DOE Insights, Japan's economy continues to post gains, with a weak yen, high inflation, and rising unemployment potentially prompting monetary policy tightening. On the contrary, Morgan Stanley projects robust nominal growth, with a 1.1% GDP growth for 2023 and 2024. These expert insights provide valuable perspectives, although actual outcomes may vary based on numerous factors. However, it's important to remember that these solutions are not quick fixes. They require time, effort, and a willingness to adapt. The journey to economic recovery is likely to be a long one, filled with trials and tribulations. Yet the Japanese people's resilience and determination should not be underestimated. With strategic planning and a willingness to adapt, there's a chance for a brighter economic future. While the road ahead may be challenging, the future of Japan's economy hinges on how it manages these issues. Only time will tell if the land of the rising sun can reclaim its former economic glory. Thanks for watching. While you're still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to watch another of our interesting videos. See you there.